As a macro strategist and a quantitative researcher, we spend our days hunting for a real information edge. And here's the secret: it's not about having more data, it's about understanding the actual architecture of knowledge itself. Today, we're going to walk you through our framework for seeing that structure. So, we have to start with this fundamental question. Seriously, every analyst has to answer this to have any hope of being the consensus. I mean, if you don't even know how the consensus view is built, how can you possibly find a way to break from it? And this is the framework we use, the information pyramid. It's a really powerful model that helps us map not just what information is out there, but its speed, its purpose, and, this is the key part, its potential for generating what we're all looking for: variant perception. That's just a fancy way of saying an insight the market hasn't priced in yet. This is the map to find it. Okay, let's dive right in. We start at the very base of the pyramid with academic research. From a quant's perspective, this is the absolute bedrock of all future analysis. It's where brand new theories are born and, just as importantly, where they're rigorously tested. This is ground zero. Just think about that number: over 6 million dissertations. This is the raw ore of intellectual capital. Now, this kind of research is incredibly slow. We're talking years to produce a single paper. But it's the origin point for ideas that could totally disrupt markets a decade down the road. So, with millions of papers, how do we even navigate this layer? Well, as a quant, my tool of choice is citation analysis. It's a way to quantitatively track how an idea gains steam and relevance over time. It's really the only way to effectively find the signal in all that noise. And this technique is just crucial. For me, as a macro strategist, backward tracing helps me understand an idea's DNA, its intellectual family tree. But forward tracing, that's where you spot momentum. It shows me who is building on this idea right now, which is a huge leading indicator of its future influence. Okay, let's move up one level on the pyramid. This is the observation layer. It's where governments and big intergovernmental organizations, the IGOs, try to measure the world with official data. This is where the consensus facts live. And the sheer scale is just staggering. Look at the US alone. Over 360,000 public data sets. This is the standardized, structured data that fills the models of almost every analyst on the street. But what's its key weakness? It is fundamentally backward-looking. It tells you exactly where we've been, not where we're going. And of course, it's not just a national thing. You've got organizations like the OECD and the World Health Organization providing these enormous data sets. They're absolutely essential for comparing countries on everything from GDP to public health. This is what builds that global consensus view. So the takeaway here is that this layer provides the vital statistics for the whole global economy and society. It's the official, accepted story of the state of the world. It's reliable for sure, but it is also the most crowded trade out there. Okay, now this is my turf as a strategist. This is where raw data and academic theory get translated into actual, actionable recommendations. For me, this is the most critical area for spotting future policy shifts way before they happen. And this slide really nails the critical difference. An academic paper, it's speaking to other academics, and the conversation plays out over years. But a think tank white paper, that's speaking directly to policymakers, and it's happening right now. This is the exact moment a theoretical idea gets its first price tag in the policy debate. The real edge is found in that gap. And these institutions are the idea factories. They are actively shaping the policy narratives that governments in Washington, Brussels, Beijing, and New Delhi are going to eventually adopt. Following what they publish is like getting to read the minutes of tomorrow's policy meetings. So let's move to the very top of the public pyramid and see how this all comes together. Here we find the codified output, the laws and regulations. This is the final, and by far the slowest, stage of the public information process. This whole process is designed to be slow, deliberate, and extremely public. By the time an idea navigates all these steps and actually becomes law, its market impact has almost always been fully realized. The edge is long gone. This is just confirmation of what the market already knows. So far, everything we've talked about is in the public domain. But as a quant, I can tell you that the real information edge, it often lies in data that isn't easy to get your hands on. There's one more layer to our map. Right. For a very select group of researchers, there's a whole other layer. And it provides a view of the economy that is so much more granular, and honestly, it often completely contradicts the official stats we were just looking at. And here they are,
the Federal Statistical Research Data Centers. There are 37 of these super secure centers run by the Census Bureau. This is where the deepest, most non-consensus economic data in the world resides.
This is the ground truth. This is data that allows for analysis that is just impossible with the aggregated public stuff. You can literally track individual firms, link workers directly to their employers, and see the economy from the bottom up. This is where you can stress test a truly non-consensus thesis against unvarnished reality. So the crucial point here is that each layer has a totally different purpose and speed. The foundational layer is for those big, long-term thematic ideas. The observation layer is for understanding the consensus. The influence layer is for getting ahead of policy shifts. And the expert layer, that's for deep quantitative validation. It's all about picking the right tool for the job. Ultimately, when you understand this structure, you're transformed from just being a passive consumer of information into an active strategist. You stop reacting to headlines and you start navigating the entire information ecosystem to find real alpha. So the only question left is, where are you going to look first?